পিশাচি পাইলে যেন মতিচ্ছন্ন হয়, মায়াগ্রস্ত জীবের সেই দশা উপজে। Must have undergone severe austerities and penances and developed his spiritual consciousness. Then he can be priest. Not any man with a cigarette thread and ghanta belling become a priest. The class, they are rotten class. In the Christian world also, the drunkards, nonsense, woman hunters and their priests. So also in India, any man with a two pies worth sacred thread, he becomes a Brahmin and priest. How the people will be guided? The priest, the exact Sanskrit name is Purohit, who can actually...
পুরোভাগে থাকতে পারে।
No, not Purobhag. Yes, Purobhage, for welfare. By his advice, just like Gargamuni is called, for the advice, future of the child.
পুরোভাগে থেকে
হিত করতে পারে। Vacate his chair to receive a Brahmana, a Purohit. Just like Sudama Vipra, Bhet, Dwarka. He was poor man, but he was Brahmin. Immediately Krishna left his, offered his chair. Yes. And Rukmini began to fan him. So much respect. Oh, where is that respectful person? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
He received Gargamuni with the feeling of one who is worshipping God, or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He offered him a nice sitting place, and when he sat down, Nana Maharaj offered him a warm reception.
Presence of a Brahmana, of a sannyasi in the household, of a household means to enlighten. Mahat vichananam ninam grihinam grihache dina chetasam. The grihastha, they are very cripple-minded. They are satisfied with the family and they do not know that anything else to do. Therefore, it is the duty of the sannyasi and the Brahmin to go to the householder's home and enlighten them spiritually. Therefore, Purohit. Purashara means in the front, and Hit means welfare. One who conducts welfare of the householder. Guru Purohit. Every family must have Guru and Purohit for spiritual advance. Hare Krishna. Jai.
For all advice in family matters.
Yeah.
In household duties, and are forgetting our real duty of self-realization.
Grihamedina. Apashyato atmatattvam griheshu grihamedina. Those who are grihamedis and do not know anything else except maintaining the family, they are called grihamedi. And those who are cultivating spiritual consciousness in grihastha life, with family and children, they are called grihasthas. That is the difference between grihamedi and grihastha. The grihamedi, they have no aim of life, of self-realization. Apustakam atmatattvam. That is described in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Santi Sahasra. Self-realization. Vinang Santi Sahasra. Apasyatam Atma Tattvam. Who cannot see what is the Atma Tattva, what is the path of self-realization. Griheshu Grihamedina. Therefore it is the duty of the sannyasi. Sannyasi does not mean that will beg for fulfilling his hungry belly. Sannyasi means he must enlighten. That is sannyasi in Krishna consciousness. Rajendra Ninana Shanti Sahasrasa Apastadamaka Tattvam Griheshu Griyamedina. This is the Sukdev Goswami said. That's Srutovyadini Rajendra, subject matter for hearing. Nina, for the human being, Ninana Shanti Sahasrasa. Thousands are just like in the newspaper in the morning. Thousands of varieties of news they will attend. And ask them to attend the Mangalarati for self-realization. No, there is no. You are disturbing. Nonsense. This is Gyameni. Grihesu Gyameni. Vedic culture is that one must rise early in the morning. And even Krishna in his Grihastha life, immediately he rose up. Rukmini was disturbed because woman in nature. And again, immediately taking bath, meditation. This is Vedic culture. And sleeping up to 7, and then unless takes bed tea without washing teeth, and is advanced. You see. And if one is asked to rise early in the morning and wash yourself, take your bathing and attend Mangalatri, this is old way, bhajan nonsense. Is it?
Actually, a saintly person or a brahmana has no business visiting householders who are busy in the matter of dollars and cents.
But that is now neglected.
So we have come.
Oh, thank you.
You came very early.
Guru Mare Murkha Dekhi Korilo Shason. It is better remain a fool that is very progressive.
Fools are always steady, receptive.
When I am fool, I must receive. That the Sikh section, the Sikh means you always learn. Sikho.
Yes, learn.
Go on.
Who is expert in the knowledge of the Supreme?
Yes, that is Brahma Janati.
Brahma Janati Aso Brahmana.
Yeah.
Brahmam Janati.
Brahma Vidang Sreshta, the best of the, just like
Brahma with the Brahma.
Dijas Sreshta, another name.
Not those born in Brahman family, they are not done it.
Ram Nanda Maharaj did not know who is Krishna.
When did he know that Krishna was really the son
Son
of
of
Devi? I think after just now only.
Just now he is disclosed.
Gargya disclosed Jesus.
Yes. He has given Bahuni Janmani Atitani Tavasani. Something. And many bars before. That is confirmed here.
Just as demigods are always protected by Lord Vishnu, so the devotees of your child will always be protected by Narayan.
Except that personification.
They do all sorts of things.
Without any advertisement, without any... How one can stop this?
The child is very clever. After breaking the pot, he has left his place, fearing punishment. After she sawed all over, she found a big wooden grinding mortar, which was kept upside down. And she found her son sitting on it. He was taking butter, which was hanging from the ceiling on a swing. He was feeding it to the monkey. She saw Krishna looking this way and that way in fear of her because he was conscious of his naughty behavior. After seeing her son so engaged, she very silently spoke him from behind. Krishna, however, crying. He smeared his hands over his eyes and anointed with black eye cosmetics. The child saw his mother's face while she stood over him, and his eyes became restless from fear. Mother Yasoda could understand that Krishna was unnecessarily afraid. For his benefit, she wanted to allay his fear. Being the topmost well-wisher of her child, Mother Yashoda began to think. If the child is too fearful of me, I don't know what will happen to him. Mother Yasoda then threw away her stick. In order to punish him, Mother Yasoda thought to bind his hands with some rope.
I think in religious science also it is taken. It will not be too much practice. This is the sense.
She did not know it. Know it, but it was actually impossible for her to bind the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Mother Yashoda was thinking that Krishna was her tiny child. She did not know that the child had no limitations. There is no inside or outside of him, nor beginning nor end. He is unlimited and all-pervading. Indeed, he is himself the whole cosmic manifestation. Still, Mother Yasoda was thinking of Krishna as her child. Although he is beyond the reach of all senses, she endeavored to bind him up with a wooden grinding mortar. But when she tried to bind him, she found that the rope she was using was too short, by 2 inches. She gathered more ropes from the house,
Trying to bind the unlimited. Therefore all is gone. If you bind the unlimited like this, by the God by imagination of mind. When he becomes, when he agrees that now you are seeing him, then the netra becomes all right. By the grace that you have, the grace
Still, Mother Yashoda was thinking of Krishna as her child. Although he is beyond the reach of all senses, she endeavored to bind him up with a wooden grinding mortar. But when she tried to bind him, she found that the rope she was using was too short, by 2 inches. She gathered more ropes from the house and added to it, but at the end she found the same shortage. In this way, she collected all the ropes available at home. But when the final knot was added, she saw that it was still 2 inches short. Mother Yashoda was smiling, but she was astonished. How was it happening? In attempting to bind her son, she became tired. She was perspiring, and the garland on her head fell down. Then Lord Krishna appreciated the hard labor of his mother, and being compassionate upon her, he agreed to be bound by the ropes. Krishna, playing as a human child in the house of Mother Yashoda, was performing his own selected pastime. Of course, no one can control the Supreme devotee never forgets his own position of surrender. Similarly, the Lord also feels transcendental pleasure by submitting himself to the protection of the devotee. This was exemplified by Krishna's surrender unto his mother, Yashoda. Krishna is the supreme bestower of all kinds of liberation to his devotees, but the benediction which he bestowed upon Mother Yashoda was never experienced even by Lord Brahma or Lord Shiva, or the goddess of fortune. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is known as the son of Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, is never so completely known to the yogis and speculators, but he is easily available to his devotees. Nor is he appreciated as
Vedeshu durlava, adurlava atmabhakti.
Nor is he appreciated as the supreme reservoir of all pleasure by the yogis and speculators. After binding her son, Mother Yashoda engaged herself in household affairs. At that time, bound up to the wooden mortar, Krishna could see a pair of trees before him, which were known as Arjuna trees. The great reservoir of pleasure, Lord Sri Krishna thought to himself, Mother Yashoda first of all left me without feeding me sufficient milk, and therefore I broke the pot of yogurt and distributed the stock butter in charity to the monkeys. Now she has bound me up to a wooden mortar, so I shall do something more mischievous than before.
Has produced penicillin from cow dung. And cow dung actually, yes.
Yes, but I'm saying from soil to various soils.
No, but this particular cow dung is a lot of penicillin there.
But
that is why even
but
if you have got a
is
septic bone and put on
tuberculosis. In India, there's about 70% of cows are affected, infected with tuberculosis.
What we should talk.
Beg pardon?
We were talking about the penicillin. And why are you talking about tuberculosis? We were saying that penicillin is there in the cow dung.
Suffer from tuberculosis. Suppose a cow. Man, slaughterhouse. When it goes to the slaughterhouse, people are taking.
In India, cows are not suffering as much tuberculosis as they were suffering in America.